So it looks like Helldivers 2 issues with its servers or the ability to play the game are finally fixed. Along with that, we also have a comment about whether or not we can expect DLSS support, and finally the game is teasing the return of an old Helldivers 1 enemy faction. Hey guys, this is Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you for all your support, your likes, your shares, being subscribed, and if you're new here and you're interested in more Helldivers 2 content, hit that subscribe button. Now to start with guys, it looks like over last weekend they finally fixed the server issues where everyone who wants to play can finally play. One of the fixes they did was they increased the CCU, or the congruent players that can be connected to the server at one time, up to 800,000 players. Along with that, they also introduced a new patch during the week that added a new AFK timer where if a player is idle in the game, say on their destroyer ship, for 15 minutes, then the game will kick them back to the home screen, so it looks like the end of server camping, and it doesn't seem like we need it anymore. And it looks like the combination has actually fixed it. According to the CEO of Arrowhead Studios, he said on X, "I'm really happy and proud of the Arrowhead team for an amazing achievement. The servers handled all the Helldivers 2 players this weekend without a problem. Now we have time to focus on improvements to the title and resume our original plan. Many exciting things are upcoming." Now, Pyle Stead, the CEO of Arrowhead Studios, is really active on X, and one question he was asked was about DLSS support. And if you're unfamiliar with what DLSS is and FSR, essentially it's NVIDIA's, and FSR, it would be AMD's upscaler. So PC players who own the latest graphics cards, essentially what they like to do is play the game at 1440p, then upscale it to 4K, and it lowers the load on their graphics card. And if you have a lower end graphics card, you could possibly play it at 4K upscaled. Well, unfortunately, according to Pyle Stead, it's not something that's going to happen for Helldivers 2. Now, most developers will say never, so right now it sounds like for sure it's not going to happen. Whether or not it happens down the road, I guess we'll have to wait and see. On X he said, and I couldn't find the actual question, but obviously he's asked about DLSS. He said, "So hard to not take the bait. Okay, I'll bite. DLSS, cool tech, but not necessary. If I have time over, I prefer to put that to good use focusing on the core gameplay, as it is what is most important for the game to be successful. This way of thinking seems to have paid off." Anyways, currently Arrowhead Studios is less than 100 developers, and it is a live service game, and along with that, Helldivers 2 is hugely successful, so the player base is hungry for more content. Again, never say never. My guess would be maybe in a couple years they'll add DLSS or something. Now finally, the game itself is teasing the return of an enemy faction from Helldivers 1 called the Illuminate. So basically it's teasing this on one of the propaganda boards on ship. So right at the bottom here it says, "Rumors of the Illuminate sightings are work of dissidents." Now, as far as who the Illuminate are, it says on the wiki, as far as species go, the Illuminate are a long-lived aquatic species that refers to themselves as a squoo-if. As far as technology, it says their technology is more advanced than humanity's, with mass production of weaponry. As far as enhancements, it says, though aquatic, the Illuminate have equipped their best with cybernetic enhancements. In terms of powers, it says they have developed a sense of nanobot and psychic powers. Culture, it says, their culture revolves around the pursuit of knowledge, with those failing to pursue this goal being in the lower ranks of their society and making up the bulk of their non-robotic army. And finally, for gameplay, in the first Helldivers game, it says the Illuminate made use of advanced technology like shield and teleportation to disrupt the flow of combat. Now looking at this, you probably think, that's pretty weak. However, if you data mine Helldivers 2, you find a bunch of other things about the Illuminate. First of all, it says new faction, Illuminate, and then it gives us different enemy types. First of all, we have the Adept. It says can call for allies, which would be the observers from the first game, the Ghoul, The Illusionist, which says fires projectile and then force chokes the victim. We have Obelisk Fire, Outcast, and the Outcast was a Illuminate enemy in Helldivers 1, and in Helldivers 1 it's described as the most powerful Illuminate enemy. We also have Pathfinder, and finally we have the Summoner. Now, along with the Illuminate, in the Datamine you can also find different stratagems that are not currently in the game. First of all, we have the Drop-Off Combat Walker, which could be coming shortly. We have the Drop-Off Combat Walker President Reward. I don't know what that means. We have the Raise Flag. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what that means. We have the Bug Thumper. We have the Medic Backpack. We have the Displacement Backpack. We have the Drop-Off Cargo Container. We have the Health Pack Rack. The Health Pack Rack President Reward. We have the Shoulder-Mounted Camera. Interesting. We have the Jammed Pinata. We have Mini Missiles. The Drop-Off LAV. We have the Drop-Off LAV President Reward. Along with that, we have Drop-Off FRV. We have a Spire Sterilizer, Ship Bowling, and finally, Nuke. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is Helldivers 2 better now? Can you get online, or is it still crashing? What do you think about the potential of the Illuminate coming into Helldivers 2? How it would change combat? Let us know in the comments below. For me, I'm excited about the Illuminate. I think anything that adds more variety to the game is always welcome, but I'm curious what kind of gameplay we're going to get in here, how they've changed to adapt, to a third-person perspective. And just off the top of my head, I'm thinking, what would happen if the Illuminate and, say, the Automaton would join forces or something, right? So you would have the power of the Automatons plus the shield generating and cloaking technology of the Illuminate together. Ooh, that could be nasty. Well, anyways, I guess we'll have to wait and see.